Taiwan. So please put your hands together and welcome the Shecky Green of the Far East. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Lee.
Well, thank you for clapping. My name is Jim Ree, and yes, I made in Taiwan. I do comedy because everybody say, Jim Ree, you English is a joke. I know, unbelievable. Actually, I do comedy by mistake. I think I signed for ESL class, but the classmate waited 8 weeks before telling me it's a comedy class. The beach. Yeah, I learned this word. I also learned things like, thanks, I'll be here all week. Try the beer. I also learned about some big erection coming in November. I'm going to say she's still waiting for big erection. I don't know what she means by that. Actually, my English is quite fine, thank you very much. Sometimes, I guess when you're Asian, the stereotype of having bad language skills just, naturally comes with the territory. But I mean, sometimes it still amazes me though, how many people still think that all Asians are bad drivers, own laundromats, and have small dicks. Well, I'm here to tell you, at least in my case, well, 2 out of 3. Yes, sadly for the ladies out there, I start traffic school next week. And what's up with people always saying us Asians look alike, right? I mean, if this were the case, why would you need police sketch artists? Right? I mean, imagine the officer taking down that report. All right, Mom, let's get this straight. You said the perpetrator had black hair, brown, squinty eyes, crooked teeth, and a camera around his neck? Well, that's just great. That should narrow it down to, I don't know, 2 to 3 billion people. Yeah. I guess it wasn't all bad looking alike, though, because on Halloween, I could always go back to the houses with a really good candy. Gee, honey, there's sure a lot of ninjas this year. Because, for the most part, the only exposure to Asian culture they had were those horribly dubbed kung fu movies. You guys remember those, right? I mean, my only problem with those were, how come everyone either sounded like John Wayne, you, Chao Ling, the rebels are gathering at the fortress, or they sounded like Karnak, ooh, your kung fu is quite good. It's kind of funny though how, what we see influences us. I mean, growing up I watched a lot of black comedies like The Jeffersons and Good Times, so you guys can kind of imagine what my wardrobe was like. I mean, picture this short, chubby Chinese kid with gold chains, platform shoes, and a big-ass afro. I kind of looked like the illegitimate son of Yoko Ono and Mr. T. But it wasn't all bad looking like a Chinese pimp. Except that one time when I had to try and cram 10 hoes into the backseat of my pink Honda Civic. It's a good thing that Asian women is small, Thank you. Actually, I have taken a legitimate job. I'm now teaching traffic school. I guess the school figured there were so many of those Asians going there, they might as well hire one of us to be the teacher. And as some of you may know, traffic school is kind of boring, so to kind of liven things up, I would let one student go home early if they gave me a good reason for why they were there. And one time this Asian lady raises her hand and she goes, I'm here because I'm trying to meet a nice, single, handsome Chinese man, like yourself. And I was like, oh, well, thanks for the compliment, but it's kind of embarrassing. Mom! That wasn't the only time my mom embarrassed impressed me. I mean, like when friends would come over, she'd make them take off their shoes, you know, the Asian custom. Now, it wasn't so much they hated taking off their shoes, it's just that my mom would make them put on these pink Hello Kitty bunny slippers. You know? I think my friend Dan still wears them, right? You're in West Hollywood now, right? We can talk about that. But seriously, I mean, I love Dan. I mean, my mom. Sometimes speaking English to her could get really frustrating because she took everything really literally. Like if you said, Mom, hold on. Mom would be like, hold on to what? And then there was a time we passed by the Virgin megastore, and Mom was like, I think you could find a nice girl in here. And I was like, sadly, Mom, I'm still part of their I am hoping to get marked down for 4th of July. Check your ass. Actually, though, recently I told my mom I was doing stand-up comedy, and my mom was like, "Oh, standing up funny. If they don't pay you, you sit down." Occasionally you'll catch an American show dubbed into Chinese there, and they're really quite funny. I mean, for instance, there was this American classic I caught. 你在讲什么? With this. Occasionally you'll catch an American porn movie there, but instead of oh God, they dub it into oh Fuga. No, do that joke in public. Let's see, where was I? Speaking of big breasts, you see a lot of breast enlargement cream ads in Taiwan. You know, I'm no rocket scientist, but wouldn't these special creams also make your hands bigger as well after using them? I had a cousin who used it. Her boobs aren't any bigger, but she's now Taiwan's #1 thumb wrestler. But the reason I was in Taiwan was because I got hired to do some baseball games. And the best thing about doing ball games in a foreign country is you don't have to get the names right at all. I mean, sometimes you crank up the mic, drop a few coins on the counter, and those ching chang chong something just like that ball player's name. Except when there were 2 wangs and a dong in the game, well, that was a whole other story. But the truth of the matter is, doing a ball game in Taiwan is actually kind of easy. I mean, a typical call kind of went like this. Chen into the windup, and the pitch to Chen. Chen hits a ground ball up the middle, speared by the shortstop. Chen flips over to the second baseman. Chen! It's over to the first baseman. Help me out here, sober people. Chen! Of course! Chen to Chen, a double play. All my friends and family for coming out here tonight, especially the dudes from the Home Depot I hired to stuff the ballot. Remember guys, Imano Jim Lee, he broke out.